Now, conventional wisdom will always tell you that you want to start at the top of the funnel with social media content, uh, put people on an email list with a lead magnet, introduce a front end offer, upsell them into a mid ticket, give them a back end, and so on. So you have this like beautiful product ascension path, product ecosystem, and that's good. That is logical and that makes sense. But if you're getting started, I would challenge that and say, can you actually go straight to the people towards the bottom of the market, those who are already problem aware and maybe even solution aware, and you're just looking to get their hand raised? And so you could do this with your social media content. You can use it strategically in stories where you do call outs, say, hey, I'm looking for 5 people to work with one-to-one in a small setting over the next 6 weeks to complete a transformation with their XYZ, whatever you do. And you could do it that way if you do have a good following and you're using your personal brand. You could do it through email as well. I've seen that. I've actually bought from that. So I've been on someone's list and they just did, we're thinking about doing a 90-day sprint to get your insert situation here. And again, it's just a hand raiser. So this is the concept I'm trying to share today, is like there are tried and tested true paths of, like, I said at the beginning, going through lead and product, front end product and all that. And that's good. But sometimes you just want to go straight to the sale and figure out, is this something that has legs? Is this something that people have an interest in? Can I actually create something here that can be beta tested with this small group, polished up, and then turned into either a front end or a mid ticket or a back end, whatever have you? So yeah, sometimes you don't have to just go plod along and go slow. So this is what we're discussing with this one client. He's finished his like high level framework, and now we're thinking about his email sequence, but at the same time we're trying to streamline his product ecosystem. So he doesn't want to have several different things going on. If anything, he just wants to have a front end and a back end. And so in order to be able to have that, the products need to be of a higher price so that we can acquire customers through cold traffic. Because if it is a little on the lower end, it's not too much of a problem, but we'd have to add more products and order bumps and use a low ticket offer funnel, and that would be difficult because he doesn't have the bandwidth, or nor does he want to add more to his plate in terms of product creation and adding those order bumps. So the challenge is, how do we figure out as quick as we can what is a painful enough problem that people are willing to pay for right now, work in a intimate, like either one-to-one or a small group setting, and sort this out. Like it's a pain right now enough for them to take action. Because with lower ticket prices, you generally attract, generally speaking, not all the time, but you generally attract more curious people who will buy something, and because it's an impulse priced product, it doesn't have that pain associated to it. Like, it's not an emotional investment, so it's like, yeah, I'll get to that. It's something that they want to have rather than they need to have, and it's a difference all in the framing and the pricing and the way it's packaged, etc. So yeah, like I said right at the start, we are skipping that and we're focusing on right at the bottom of the funnel. They're people who are aware of the problem. It's keeping them up at night perhaps, and they're probably solution aware as well. They've been looking at different solutions, and maybe not, but they are definitely problem aware. And if we were to come at them, because the client here has a decent enough following on socials and in email, so we have 2 options there. I like emails because it can kind of go under the radar, and if you've got a big enough list, it works. But well, not necessarily just big enough, actually more responsive enough of a list, so depending on the quality of your audience. But anyway, if you, like I gave the example previously of how I was a invited, shall we say, via email to this group sprint. If you play it well, you can get immediate signal. And the worst case is with it. Well, let's just finish off with email. Why email over social is because, like I said, it's stealth, and so if it flops, like, it's no big deal. You don't really burn any goodwill that you have with your social media following, which is more broader, usually anyway. So that's why I like email. And you can always come back to socials once you've done like the first one or two renditions of this program, whether it's one-to-one or a group. You can then come onto stories, but if you're confident, you can go straight to socials. It's not a hard and fast rule, but I'm just telling you, my preference is email. So with that, yeah, it just speeds up your creation of your funnel, really. Because like this client, I'm saying, wants just 2 products. He wants a front end and a back end, and fairly high ticket. So to speed that up, and he's got his audience, why not just figure out, hey, right, we've got you all together. What is it exactly that you want solving? And like, tell me in as rich language and as your kind of emotive language as you want. No hold bars, no multiple choice. Just, you know, tell me what it is that you need. And when you're able to download all of the specific words and phrases and imagery and like things that you wouldn't have thought are at the back of their mind, they just let out. And they do it because they're in this private group, intimate, or one-on-one, like I keep saying, this intimate setting. You'll get such rich data that, again, you can use almost weaponized back at either the social media level or, again, at the email level. But we're just tightening it up for V2 because of the V1. Again, like, you've found this rich data, right? So it's an iterative cycle where you just keep improving the product. And yeah, I think it's conventional wisdom that you need to plod along and go from front end to order bumps and mid ticket and to high end. Like, you can just work on your high end in private, tighten it up, get it right, and then announce it on social media. Well, not announce the high ticket on social media, but announce a training or a challenge related to the high ticket. Yeah, there is creative ways that you can go and create the type of business that you want. You don't always have to follow the linear path. So I'll leave that there. That's just some ideas I wanted to share with you. Think out the box sometimes, and you'll be surprised if you just ask people, hey, I'm thinking of putting this together. You interested? You'll probably get more than what you were hoping for.